Dear listeners, welcome back. Today's story is called The Perfect Crime. It is about a quiet and very intelligent man who plans a crime step by step, detail by detail. Everything goes exactly as he planned, but one tiny mistake changes everything. And a sharp detective starts closing in. This story is perfect for B1 and B2 learners. The vocabulary is clear, the sentences are short, and the story will keep you listening until the very last word. Let's begin. Martin Cole is a quiet man. He lives alone in a small apartment on the 5th floor. His neighbors never notice him. He wakes up at 6 o'clock every morning. He drinks black coffee, no sugar, no milk. He reads the newspaper for exactly 30 minutes. Martin is not exciting. He is invisible, and he likes it that way. But Martin has a secret. He is one of the smartest men in the city, and tonight he will prove it. Martin works as a security guard at the Harlow City Museum. He has worked there for 7 years. He knows every camera. He knows every lock. He knows every guard's schedule. The museum has one very special room. It is called the Diamond Room. Inside, there is one priceless object. Priceless means it has no price. It is worth so much that no one can truly buy it. That object is the Harlow Diamond, 200 years old. Martin has studied it for 2 years. He has memorized every detail. Tonight is the night. Tonight, Martin will steal the Harlow Diamond, and no one will ever know. He looks in the mirror before he leaves. His face is calm. His hands are steady. He picks up his black bag, opens the door quietly, and steps into the dark hallway. The city is quiet tonight. The streets are empty. A cold wind moves through the air. Martin smells rain. He hears distant thunder. A storm is coming. He smiles. A storm is perfect. A storm means fewer people outside. He walks to the museum, slowly, calmly. No one sees him. No one ever sees him. But tonight, that will change. Everything will change. And Martin doesn't know it yet. Martin arrives at the museum at midnight. The building is dark and silent. The only light comes from the security cameras. He does not go to the front door. He goes to a small side door, a maintenance door. Maintenance means the work of keeping a building clean and running properly. This door is used only by workers. Martin has a copy of the key. He made the copy 6 months ago, and he returned the original in less than 2 minutes. Nobody noticed. The door opens without a sound. Martin steps inside. The air smells like old wood and dust. He stands still for 10 seconds. He listens. Silence. He knows the cameras turn off at 12:05. Every night, for exactly 4 minutes, they go completely dark. This is a vulnerability, a weak point in the system. Vulnerability means a weakness that can be used against you. Martin found this vulnerability 2 years ago. He waited. He planned. Tonight, he uses it. He waits in the dark and counts in his head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At exactly 12:05, the cameras go dark. Martin moves, fast but quietly. His shoes make no sound on the floor. He wore special shoes for tonight, soft rubber soles, completely silent. He reaches the diamond room in 90 seconds. The door has a digital lock. Martin types in the code. He found the code 3 weeks ago by watching the head of security type it. He memorized every finger movement. The lock beeps softly. Beep, the short, high sound an electronic device makes. The door clicks open. Martin walks inside. The room is small and cold. The walls are white. In the center, under a glass case, is the diamond. It shines even in the dark, white and blue like ice. Martin stares at it for 3 seconds, then he gets to work. He takes a small glass cutter from his bag and cuts the glass, slowly, carefully. The glass makes a soft, high sound, like a whisper, like a secret. Martin lifts the glass panel. He reaches in. His fingers touch the diamond. It is cold and smooth. It feels like power. He places it gently into a velvet bag. Velvet is a soft, smooth, and luxurious type of fabric. He zips the bag shut and replaces the glass panel. From a distance, nothing looks different. He walks back through the hallway and out through the maintenance door. He steps outside. The rain has started. It falls softly on his face. He walks away. He does not run. Running looks suspicious. Suspicious means something seems strange or not right. He turns the corner and disappears into the dark, rainy street. Back at his apartment, Martin sits down. He puts the diamond on the table and looks at it. It is perfect. The plan was perfect. He feels no fear, only calm. But then he looks at his coat. Something is wrong. One button is missing. Martin stares at his coat. He checks every pocket. The button is not there. He sits very still. His mind goes cold. He knows where the button is. It is on the floor of the diamond room. The next morning, the news is everywhere. Harlow diamond stolen. The whole city is talking. Police arrive at the museum at 7 o'clock. They photograph every detail and study every camera recording. Then one officer finds something small on the floor. A button. A small, round, black button. Detective Sarah Voss picks it up. She is a sharp detective, intelligent, focused, and very patient. Sharp here means quick to notice things, highly intelligent. She studies the button carefully. The stitching is unusual, made by hand. Stitching means the threads used to sew fabric together. This is not a cheap button. This is from a custom coat, she says quietly. She writes it in her notebook. Sarah begins her investigation. Investigation? The process of finding out what really happened. She is very good at this. She reviews the camera footage. The cameras were off for 4 minutes. That is not an accident. Someone knew about the system, she says. Someone who works here or used to. She gets the full employee list and reads every name carefully. One name catches her eye. Martin Cole. Security guard, 7 years of service. She learns he left the job last month. He said he was moving to another city. But he is still here. Sarah visits Martin's building and speaks to the superintendent, the person who manages the building. Mr. Cole, the superintendent says, he's a quiet man, keeps to himself. Sarah writes that down. Meanwhile, Martin is packing. He puts the diamond in a small metal box and wraps it in black cloth. A buyer in another country is waiting. The transfer is set for next week. He feels confident now. Confident means feeling sure about yourself and your plan. 1 more week and everything is over. But Martin feels something unusual. He feels watched. He goes to the window and looks out. Nothing. Just the street. Just a woman walking a dog. He relaxes and goes back to packing. He does not see the woman look up. The woman is Sarah Voss. She does not have a dog. She borrowed one from a neighbor. She sees Martin's face at the window. She recognizes him from his work photo. She makes a call. "I found him," she says. "Get the team ready." Her voice is completely calm. Martin finishes packing. He does not know what is coming. He does not know about the button. He does not know she is already standing outside. That evening, Martin hears a knock at the door. His heart stops for 1 second. Then he breathes. He opens the door. It is a delivery man with a small brown package. Martin relaxes, takes the package, and closes the door. He opens it. Inside is a small plastic bag. Inside the bag is his missing button. His hands begin to shake, just a little. There is a note. Martin reads it slowly. "I know it was you. I have the evidence. But I have one question first." Martin's face goes pale. Pale means very light in color. What happens to a face when fear takes all the color away? He reads the next line. "Why did you leave this button? A man as careful as you, was it really an accident?" Martin sits down. He reads the note again and again. There is no name, no signature, no badge number. He stares at the button and thinks about that night. The button fell when he reached into the glass case. He felt his coat pull. He ignored it. Was it really an accident? Martin is not sure anymore. He was perfect in every other way. He stands up, walks to the window, and looks down at the street. Empty. No woman, no dog, no one watching. Or is there? Martin picks up his phone and dials the number written at the bottom of the note. It rings once, then a woman's voice. "I got your note," Martin says quietly. Silence. Then she speaks. "I know," she says. "So, do we talk? Or do we play this game a little longer?" Martin is quiet for a long moment. His mind moves fast. She has the button, but does she have more? "I'm listening," he says finally. Sarah smiles on the other end of the line. She is sitting in a car directly outside his building. She has almost everything she needs. Almost. She needs a confession. Confession, the act of admitting out loud that you did something wrong. Without a confession, the evidence is thin. A button alone is not enough. She needs him to talk. "Let's meet," she says. "Coffee, tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Martin looks at the metal box on the bed. The diamond is inside. 1 week, that is all he needs. 7 o'clock, he says. He hangs up. He picks up the metal box. He puts on his coat, the coat with the missing button. He opens the door. He has a new plan now. He always has a plan. But this time, so does she. Tomorrow, 2 smart people will sit across from each other. One committed the perfect crime. One is determined to prove it. Who will win? That is a story for another day. Before you go, let's take a moment to review the most important words from today's story. These are words that will help you in real life, not just in stories. Listen carefully and try to remember the examples. The first word is priceless. Priceless means something is so valuable that no price can describe it. In our story, the Harlow diamond is priceless. No one can truly buy it. The second word is maintenance. Maintenance means the work of keeping a building or machine in good condition. Martin used the maintenance door, the door that workers use to take care of the building. The third word is vulnerability. Vulnerability means a weakness that can be used against you. Martin found a vulnerability in the museum's camera system, and he used it. The fourth word is beep. A beep is the short, high sound that an electronic device makes. When Martin typed the code, the lock beeped, and the door opened. The fifth word is velvet. Velvet is a soft, smooth, and luxurious type of fabric. Martin placed the diamond gently into a velvet bag to protect it. The sixth word is suspicious. Suspicious means something seems strange or not right. Martin didn't run because running looks suspicious. The seventh word is sharp. Here, sharp doesn't mean a knife. It means quick to notice things, highly intelligent. Detective Sarah Voss is a sharp detective. She notices everything. The eighth word is confident. Confident means feeling certain and sure about yourself. After the crime, Martin felt confident, but confident is not the same as safe. The ninth word is pale. Pale means very light in color. We use it to describe a face when fear or shock takes all the color away. When Martin read the note, his face went pale. The 10th word is confession. A confession is when you admit out loud that you did something wrong. Sarah needed a confession from Martin because without it, her evidence was not enough. Now, let's talk about phrases. These are not just vocabulary words. They are expressions that real people use every day in natural English conversation. If you use these, you will sound much more natural. Let's go through them one by one. The first phrase is keeps to himself. This means someone is private and doesn't spend much time with other people. In the story, the superintendent says, "He's a quiet man. He keeps to himself." You can use this phrase to describe a quiet, private person. The second phrase is gets to work. This means to start doing something seriously without wasting time. In the story, Martin looks at the diamond for 3 seconds and then he gets to work. Simple, strong, and very natural. The third phrase is catches her eye. This means something stands out and you notice it immediately. When Sarah reads the employee list, one name catches her eye: Martin Cole. Use this phrase when something gets your attention. The fourth phrase is, but this time, so does she. This is a reversal. It tells you that the other person is doing the same thing, and that is a surprise. Martin always has a plan, but this time, so does she. It adds tension with very simple words. The fifth and final phrase is, that is a story for another day. Use this when you want to delay something, when the full answer must wait. Who will win? That is a story for another day. And yes, part 2 is coming.